For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
Hello, Brewers Nation. Welcome back to Brewers Fan Central, your definitive headquarters for everything surrounding our beloved Milwaukee Brewers. If you live and breathe baseball at American Family Field and crave analysis that goes far beyond the surface, you are in the right place. Stop what you are doing right now. Before we dive into this bombshell news that is shaking up the MLB back channels, I need you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Don't put it off. Join our community to ensure you get insider analysis and urgent updates before anyone else. Let's build the biggest Brew Crew community on YouTube together. Let's cut straight to the chase because backstage speculation is simmering. And as always, where there's smoke, there might be fire, or in this case, a blockbuster trade. The prevailing narrative coming from the Brewers front office this offseason has been consistent and firm. Freddy Peralta is not for sale. Our GM, Matt Arnold, has been categorical in stating that our ace, fastball Freddy, is a central piece of the rotation, and the intention is to keep him anchoring on our mound. However, anyone who follows the MLB market with an insider's magnifying glass knows that untouchable is a relative term, especially for a small market team like Milwaukee that operates with very specific financial margins. The stark reality is that every player has a price, and for Peralta, that price would have to be an irrefutable offer. And this is exactly where the plot thickens and becomes fascinating. Recent intel, corroborated by analysis from Kerry Miller of Bleacher Report, indicates that the Philadelphia Phillies could emerge as an aggressive trade partner. The situation in Philadelphia is delicate. They run a real risk of losing lefty ranger Suarez in free agency. Suarez has been pivotal for them, and his departure would leave a significant hole in a rotation that has immediate championship aspirations. If Suarez walks to another team, the Phillies will need an elite plan B. We aren't talking about a roster filler, but a top-of-the-rotation arm. That is where Freddy Peralta's name surges with full force in league corridors. Why is Peralta the perfect target? Let's look at the data coldly. Freddy isn't just a talented pitcher. He is financially one of the most valuable assets in all of baseball. He is under contract for 2026 for just $8 million. In today's inflated market, where mid-tier pitchers are signing contracts for $15 or $20 million annually, having a two-time All-Star with Peralta's strikeout capability at that price point is pure gold. This offers the Phillies not just an elite arm to pair with Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola, but also the financial flexibility to add other pieces. From my vantage point, analyzing market trends, the Phillies are in win-now mode. They have the urgency. Milwaukee, on the other hand, holds the leverage. If Dave Dombrowski, Phillies president of baseball ops, calls Matt Arnold, he knows he can't offer scraps. He would have to open the vault of their minor league system. We are talking about a hypothetical but extremely plausible situation where the desperate need of a World Series contender collides with the Brewers' opportunistic strategy. The question isn't whether the Brewers want to trade Peralta, but whether the Phillies will be willing to pay the exorbitant price Milwaukee would demand to release such a favorable contract. Now let's drill down into Milwaukee's perspective and what this would mean for the franchise's future. I know the mere mention of trading Peralta sends shivers down the spines of many of you. After all, we just saw Corbin Burns leave and win the Cy Young in the AL. We saw Devin Williams get traded and Josh Hader before them. It feels like an endless cycle of painful goodbyes. But I need you to look at this with the coolness of a strategist. The sustainable success of the Brewers, winning the NL Central repeatedly and possessing the best record in baseball recently, comes precisely from this ability to sell high. Recent history shows us a clear pattern. The Brewers traded Burns and Williams just before their final years of control, or when their market value was at its peak. And what happened? The team kept winning. Milwaukee's player development system and the ability to find value where others don't is what keeps the competitive window open. If the Phillies are truly desperate to replace Suarez, the Brewers could demand a prospect package that would restock the team for half a decade. Looking at the Phillies farm system, they possess talents that would fit perfectly into the Brewers model. Young, athletic players close to the MLB level. Imagine a scenario where we trade one guaranteed year of Peralta for 6 or 7 years of control over 2 or 3 elite prospects, MLB top 100. With the imminent return of Brandon Woodruff to the rotation, the sting of losing Peralta would be mitigated. Woodruff, assuming he returns healthy, brings that veteran leadership we need. Furthermore, the emergence of young arms and our ability to transform average pitchers into lethal weapons, the famous Brewers pitching lab, gives us a safety margin that few teams have. The logic here is both financial and competitive. Keeping Peralta is the safe play for 2026. Trading him for a haul of prospects is the bold play that ensures we will be competitive in 2027, 2028, and 2029. Peralta's trade value will never be higher than it is right now. A cheap contract, all-star performance, and a scarce pitching market. If the Phillies put untouchable names from their farm on the table, Matt Arnold has a fiduciary duty to listen. It's not about dismantling the team, it's about reloading the ammunition without needing to go through a painful 5-year rebuild. Therefore, while the official stance is no trade, the reality of MLB business suggests we are in a position of power. The Phillies have the money and the need. We have the asset. If the right offer arrives, one that brings, say, an elite infielder of the future and a near-ready pitching arm, the Brewers front office has already proven they are not afraid to pull the trigger, regardless of the fan base's emotional attachment. To sum it all up, the possibility of Freddy Peralta going to the Phillies is a narrative based on market logic and Philadelphia's necessity, not on a desire by Milwaukee to get rid of him. Peralta is a premium asset at $8 million, making him one of the most valuable chess pieces in MLB today. However, if the Phillies lose Ranger Suarez and hit the panic button, the Brewers are positioned to extract a massive return that could secure the franchise's future. It is a high-stakes game, but with potentially gigantic rewards. What is your honest opinion? Would you prefer to keep Freddy Peralta and bet everything on the current rotation to try for the title in 2026, or would you trust the front office to trade him for a massive package of young talent, following the model of the Burns and Hader trades? Leave your comment below. I read and replied to most of them. Let's debate this strategy. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed this in-depth analysis and share it with other Brewers fans. Stay tuned to the channel because as soon as there is any official movement, I will bring the full breakdown right here. Go Brewers.